Hi, and welcome to the fifth section of the Falling into Winter knitted shawl. Today I'll be showing you how to do section 5's B stitch. This is a simple stitch. The only part that we need to be careful with is this knit one below, but I'm going to show you how to do that and show you what to watch out for, and it should be easy as. Rows 1 and 2 are just set up rows and they're knit rows. Then we work the row where we do the knit one belows. Row 4 is a knit row again. So it's really only row 3 that sees any action. After section 4 you would have worked a section 4 separator, so I have my chain stitch here, and which was row 5, row 6 was a purl row. I've worked the first 2 rows of the B stitch, and they're our setup rows, so we won't repeat those again, and they're just knit stitches, knit rows. So row 3, we knit our 3 border stitches. Slip the marker, do a garter increase, and now our pattern says to knit one below and knit one to the next marker. I'm just going to move that out of the way. So we've knit one, now we knit one below. And if you look at the stitch that we're coming up on our left hand needle, where we want to go is underneath the bump that's there. So you can see if I split it, you can see here is where we want to knit. Insert our needle through to the back. So it will be directly underneath that stitch that's on the needle. Yarn around the needle, come back through that space and take the stitches off the needle, or the stitch off the needle as we usually would. We knit the next stitch in the regular way, and then we knit the next one in the row below. So we just insert it, and then a needle and knit as if it was a regular stitch, and take it off the needle. We knit the next stitch, knit one below, knit the next stitch, and then knit in the row below. And on this row they're fairly obvious. They don't hide or anything like that. So insert the needle and knit. Okay, so have a look at that, and just in your mind figure out where I'm going to insert the needle. And if you said here, you were correct. Knit the next stitch. We had to do this all the way to the marker, so I'm almost there. Now this is one that looks a bit hidden. It looks like we would go in here, but if I pull the back of the stitch, you can see that it was so initially it looked like we should go through here, but can you see that hole up there? That's where we really want to go. Knit the last stitch, do our increase, and knit the last 3 stitches. And so that's what it looks like. It looks, these stitches look a little bit puffy, and that's what we want. Row 3 is complete. Row 4 is just a knit row. So I'll pause the video and come back when I finish that row. So row 4 is complete, and we're going to be working another row 3. You can see these stitches seem to be puffed up a little bit more, and that's what we want. Row 3 will probably see some stitches where, as I said before, the hole seems to hide. So I'll show you how we can avoid that or find it. So row 3, we knit the border stitches, slip our marker, do our increase, and the instructions say to knit the first stitch, and our repeat is knit one below. So you can see here, that's fairly obvious, knit one below, there's nothing odd there. Then we knit the next stitch. Now this stitch here, it looks like we go into that area there. But if I turn the needles, you can see the hole above that. That's where we want to go. I could see it from the angle, my angle, but sometimes it's a bit hard to see. So if I was more like this, it doesn't look like that hole exists. So what I usually do when I come to a knit one below stitch is from the top of the needle, I just run my finger down and see how I brought that strand down, and I can see that there's a hole there now, and I knit in there. Knit the next stitch. And so again, it looks like I would go through that huge hole there. I'll run my finger down just to check and see how it's brought that strand down, and I actually go above that strand and knit. Knit the next stitch. So again, it sort of looks like I go through here. If I tilt it a little bit, you can see that I need to go up here, not down here. So one thing is, depending on your line of sight, I usually bring it down and tilt it towards me to see if there's anything else there. So we knit one below, knit the next stitch. Again, it looks like I go here. If I run my finger down, there's another hole up there. And this is more prevalent with some yarns than other yarns. So I'll bring my finger down to see if there's any strand there. Go into that hole. Now, if you do pick the wrong hole, nothing's going to happen, as nothing bad's going to happen. So I've purposefully gone into the wrong one. Nothing's going to unravel all the way down. The only thing is the pattern itself won't work out, but that's okay. I'll just pick that up, and I'll go in the right, correct one, so it's up here. Knit the last stitch before the marker. Do my increase. And knit the border stitches. And that's row 3 complete again. And you might be able to see, it'll probably take another row. Just in here it looks like it's a little honeycomb, a little hexagon. I'll pause and do the row 4 on the way back, and we'll do row 3 one more time. So I finish row 4, ready to do another right side row 3, and the pattern's starting to emerge. It's nice and squishy, this pattern, and it's actually a very simple form of brioche. I'll show you how to do row 3 one more time. We knit our border stitches, our increase, and row 3. Knit the first stitch and then our repeat. Knit one below, which was easy to find that time, and knit the next stitch. Knit one below, so from above it looks like I go through that hole. If I tilt it a little bit, and I can see it without tilting, there's a hole further up, so this strand is masked when it's more vertical. So just when in doubt, just rub your finger down, it'll drag that stitch down and you can see the hole to go into, and knit the next stitch. So the next one, it definitely looks like that's the hole. Tilt it up and you can see the hole here. So just run your finger down, it'll bring that strand down and you can easily go into the correct spot. Knit the next stitch. And most of the time I don't even bother just guessing, I just run my finger down, and if there's nothing there, well, you know you've got the right hole. Did I knit that stitch? Or was that was at one below? So I knit this stitch, knit one below, knit one below, knit one below, knit one below, knit, increase, and border stitches are just knit. And so there's our pretty little V-stitch forming. It'll look nicer in person. Sometimes they don't show up so well on video or in photos, but it's a very pretty stitch. So once we finish our 8 repeats, we'll have 221 stitches, 107 in each wedge, the 6 border stitches and the centre stitch. I hope you enjoyed doing the bee stitch as much as I do. Again, practice on a swatch before you get to your shawl. That's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.